shut the fuck up.
It's gonna be so loud.
What's wrong with you trying to bet out
Construction infrastructure. Hey guys, my name is Pierre. Welcome to the video. James is joining us from Sydney Lab Media today to talk about what it's like to be a videographer and what to expect in your first year. So before you begin your journey as a videographer, you need to first choose what camera you want to shoot with. It's crucial that you learn your gear before you start charging clients for your work. You need to know how to use your camera, what it's capable of, and what you're not capable of doing. So that way you know the limitation going in, and when you have that meeting then with a client, you know exactly where you stand and where they stand, and the expectation can be set from the start.
I think the main thing to take out of the first step is to know your gear enough that you can go to a shoot and you can use your gear without stumbling and making your clients wait, because that definitely shows unprofessionalism. You want to be sort of on the ball and you don't want to waste time.
Videography, you want to make sure that you are ready and you don't jump in too early charging clients for work when you don't have the skills and the experience to deliver.
Oh, definitely. So it's good to get a couple of free jobs under the belt at the start, just because there's a lot less pressure on you.
That's right.
You're not getting paid for it, so if you make mistakes, you know, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it does matter.
But it doesn't.
But it doesn't. The way to master your gear is to keep shooting. Shoot any moment you have. Shoot personal gigs, do spec work, do mock-up advertisements, whatever you can. Just keep shooting, and each job you'll notice your qualities bump up each time, and you'll get to the stage where you feel comfortable and everything becomes muscle memory on the camera.
You know, you'll do a video and 2 months later you'll look at it and you think, what the hell have I done? You know, color grading is terrible, editing is terrible, composition's terrible, exposure's terrible, everything. But the only way you guys will learn is by using your camera more and more.
And making those mistakes
100%,
early.
and it's good to make these mistakes in your own time on your own jobs. Do your own work. If you guys aren't getting paid for jobs or you don't have a job, just always film. Pick up the camera and film something.
We've picked a very shit spot next to a construction site to do a YouTube video. Number one mistake we've made, as you can hear.
But definitely, I think after knowing your gear and you guys may be ready to actually get out there, the first thing you guys need to do is build your brand, and that means everything from logos to websites to Instagram to all social media.
You need to build a portfolio before you can go out and actually approach a client. The portfolio may not come from paid work at the beginning. It most definitely won't, because it's that whole conundrum of I need something to show to get work, but then I need work to have something to show. So do those personal jobs, get your portfolio built, and when you do go and speak to your first client, make sure you're professional, communicate clearly, stay professional, don't get emotional in any discussions or when you're pitching a price.
The main thing is that they want to see is the ability of you as a filmmaker, and when they give you money to do a job, that they are confident that you will deliver that job. So the first thing you guys should be doing when speaking about your brand is definitely social media as your first stop. It's free. A lot of people on social media, a lot of businesses are on social media. It's probably the best place to start. Then I would probably say a website, but the thing is with the website is a lot of time if you don't put too much money behind advertising, it may not move fast enough for you, may not bring in enough clients, but it's definitely worth starting up and having it there so clients can then see you actually have a website, and it adds to that perception that you are a bigger, more professional than what you are. So if it doesn't just bring you in customers, it may give you sort of that little bit of weight behind you that may show customers that, okay, yeah, this guy's more professional because he's got a website behind him.
The first paid job that I picked up was through social media. I just reached out to a gym, local gym, saw what they were doing when it came to video and said, hey guys, love the content that you included in your video. I do feel that you guys could take the video quality up a notch. So next time you're looking at doing a shoot, contact me and we can take it to the next level. They contacted me and the rest is history. It became 2-3 jobs after that, which then also referred me to another client. It's all word of mouth.
And it's definitely worth, like what you said, you comment on people's videos, comment on other businesses' videos, because you're then putting your name in their head.
That's right.
And even if you don't get the job, straight away, if they need a video guy or they need something to do with video, they know, oh, hang on, this guy already contacted me 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Let me go back on my Instagram or my Facebook and see, this guy's business, because that's the last guy I spoke to that has anything to do with video. So just spending a minute or two commenting on someone's Instagram post or Facebook page can get you a job maybe not straight away, but maybe later on down the track. And for
Definitely,
you,
yeah.
it gave you one job, which then turned to 2 jobs and 3 jobs and 4 jobs.
Yeah.
Out of that one client, just doing that one little Instagram post
Yep.
got you so much work. So
Definitely.
it does work. But the next thing is, when you guys get these clients is, how do you talk to clients? We
Yeah.
already spoke about the perception.
Yes.
Having that perception that you're a bigger business than what you are is very important. But also how you deal with clients and how you deal with rejection, because there's always rejection in business.
Oh, mate.
And pretty much like
Oh, mate.
what you said already, like you don't take emotion into it. It's just, it's business.
Here are some responses that we've had from clients in the last few years.
Why are you charging me a whole day filming for only a 1-minute video?
Don't like the music, change
How come you're charging me $600 when a guy on Gumtree can charge me $2?
change the music.
Change the music. I don't like it. Can you re-edit it again and change the music?
Do you take exposure as a payment?
If you give me a good price, I've got plenty of friends that will also use you.
Yeah, let me get out my checkbook. Do you take exposure? Would you take $200? Would you take $300? Would you take $400? Would you take exposure?
How come this video cost double what the last video cost? Can you do the first video for free just so I know what I'm working with?
Can you change the titles, music, graphics, and logo? Yeah, I think it was better the way you had it. Put it back. Can you send me an email with all the raw files? Oh, the video's a bit short, isn't it? Oh, the video's a bit long, isn't it? Hey, mate, can you use Photoshop to get rid of some of my wrinkle? I'll make sure you got the beauty mode on. Let's call it $100. Yeah, buddy, I'm gonna need you to come in and do another reshoot. I wasn't happy with that take. Wait, yeah, I know we only paid for 1 day, but I'm gonna need you here, buddy. Yeah, within the hour.
Do you also take photos? Can you also do photos?
You also are a photographer? Do you do photos? When you pitch a budget or when you set up a meeting just to discuss the needs of a client, the first thing you want to establish is what is your budget? Do you have a set budget that you've allocated to complete this work? And now look, sometimes the client will be hesitant to give you a number, and that's because either they're trying to suss out what you are going to charge, or they're unsure what video actually will cost.
And also a lot of the smaller businesses you do work for,
Yep.
they will never have a budget, or they'll never tell you what that budget is.
That's right.
It's up to you to ask the right questions to be able to come up with a price, and that is really important, to come up with a price that's high enough that it's going to cover you if something goes wrong, or there's
Yep.
an extra day of filming or an extra day of editing. And also the bigger clients may be, because they are part of a marketing department, they obviously may have a set aside budget for this video, which you have to work within. When they ask you straight away on the phone, when they first call you, how much is it going to cost me for this and this?
How
and
long
this?
is a piece of string?
Do
mate?
not
Don't
give
answer.
them a price. Whatever you do,
Hang
do not
up.
give them
Hang
a price.
up the phone.
Say,
call back 10
say I
seconds
have to
later
give
and
it-
say
I have
sorry.
to-
The
say-
line
yeah,
cut.
Say I have to give, I have to put together a quote for what you're asking me. I'll get back to you within, a
That's
day
exactly.
or today or whatever.
Stole my
you guys
point,
do.
mate. Stole my point.
Sorry, man.
Ask him, what's the location? How many people will be in the video? Are you going to organise talent?
Location.
Yep, I said the location. Location was number 1, mate. Pay attention. Will you be coming up with the script? Ask the questions, write down all the answers,
Yep.
and say to the client, I will get back to you. You'll get to a point where you know how much you charge for a half day
Yeah.
and how much you charge for a full day.
And that's profit. That's profit to
Profit.
yourself. How much you want to make to do that job, not the
That's
whole
correct.
quote or the whole business.
Exactly.
Guys in the States obviously can charge a lot more than what we can in
Yeah.
Australia. Like there's
Oh, well,
there's
we're
a lot
coming
of
for
guys.
you. We're coming for you.
There's a lot of guys here that do video very cheap, and that kind of spoils it for the rest of us.
Yes. You'll eventually get to the point where you'll be confident with what you're going to charge. Give them your number and shut up.
Yeah.
Don't say a word until they answer.
Say your
don't
price
hesitate,
and
don't
do not
buck.
hesitate. The first one that usually is to speak after announcing a price is the one that's willing to buckle. So you give them a
100%.
price, you
It's a
do not
standoff.
speak.
So
Close your mouth.
set your price, send your email, and just
That's it.
radio silence until you hear back.
So looking at the big picture, you've got to ask yourself, why do you want to be a filmmaker or a videographer? And that's, like anyone that wants to start their own business. You want to work for yourself, you want to work your own hours, you don't want a boss.
You want to be your own boss.
100%.
But know that it takes time and it's hard work. So you need to know that there's going to be a bit of better work-life balance, but you're also going to be doing the job of maybe 5 people.
100%. And then you also have to think, being in a field of video, you are then going to get, access to more successful people, and
Yeah.
as time goes on.
You'll get access to areas or brands or
that are bigger,
celebrities. events that the general public don't get access to. You get to travel for work. So these are the advantages of being a videographer, and personally, I think that it outweighs the investment of time and effort.
100%. It's a very good investment business, because you think about it, you want to go start a restaurant or a cafe, you might go and invest $100,000, $200,000 in building that premises alone.
That's right.
And then the cash flow you need on the side, where with video, you can go and invest $5,000 and you can start getting paid straight away.
That's right.
And then as time progresses and you keep getting better jobs, obviously
work will start to
work keeps
snowball.
coming, and you keep investing back into your gear, which will then hopefully allow you to get better paying jobs. So
Definitely. And it's a snowball effect,
It's all
just
a
like
snowball.
YouTube. You hit that hump, and once you hit that hump and people know who you are, the jobs just start to roll in.
And it's definitely the satisfaction of doing a good job.
And creating
I
something.
know, creating something that looks amazing. When you look at your edit at the end when it's completed, you're actually really proud of what you've done,
Definitely.
because you've accomplished something that, you probably could have thought that was never possible. Make you a
How do you
better
not put your
filmmaker.
phone on
Oh, and my watch.
and your watch? Next thing we want to talk about is mistakes that videographers make early on. So you want to start off, James?
Definitely the first thing is, don't do too many free jobs. One or two free jobs at the start just to get your feet wet.
The next thing you don't want to do is overthink, overplan, overshoot.
Over-edit.
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 Over anything. Don't do any of that, because I've done wedding shoots where I've captured 8-9 hours of footage that I have to compile down into a 15-minute video.
At the start, you
Yeah.
always just film everything just to make sure
You've got something.
everything that you need. But as time goes on, you learn just by looking at something if it's worth shooting or not. You want to keep it as simple as you can. Your color grading as simple as you can. You don't want to just destroy it with a LUT and transitions, because you'll
Yeah.
look back on it, even 2 months down the track.
Yep.
And cringe.
Yeah. Don't use Origin Teal LUT.
Shit, that's what I'm teaching today.
End of point.
No LUT though.
Another mistake that videographers make early on is going and buying all the gear, the most expensive gear, best brands, and putting themselves in a world
hole.
of debt.
A
Yeah, a world of
financial
debt.
hole. I love buying gear, you love buying gear.
I do.
But you have to learn when to stop and when it becomes kind of pointless. Just keep
Yeah.
buying stuff, and especially if you don't use it. Now we only buy gear that we know 100% we're going to use.
Buy the gear as per needed. So your best friend is Camera Hire, right?
But also, you got to think to yourself.
Shout out to Camera Hire if you want to get any new products. We would love a sponsor.
A lot of people say don't buy cheap gear, buy
Yeah.
the best gear at the start, and that is
What
true
did we
to a
start
point.
with, James?
But that is true.
What did
That's
we
true.
start with?
Rubbish. Okay, but there
Yeah.
are some things that you can cheap out a little bit on. Some things
Yeah.
you can, go a little bit more expensive on, and
Yep.
things that will last. Some things you can cheap out, and you don't need to go too crazy.
Yeah, you can buy cheap reflectors, you can buy cheap
There's
light
bags,
stands,
there's bags that are cheap that,
Don't go buy
you
a
know.
Manfrotto bag, I'm telling you now.
Yeah, you don't need to
Don't
go
go
spend
buy
$500
Low
on a
Pro.
bag.
You're going to spend $600 for a Peter McCannon bag, and then realize that that bag that I bought, could have bought for $100, has more capability,
Yeah.
more space. and
Years
more
on, and
feature-
we still
feature
got bags under $100.
Yeah,
And they are
definitely.
more than enough. Speaking about jobs, I think another important thing to know is we've probably been guilty of doing it is rejecting jobs, and
Yeah.
try not to reject jobs, because you never know when one job could turn into 4 jobs
That's
down
right.
the line. Even if it's a cheaper job,
Yep.
you have to use your judgment to determine, okay, do I take this, and
Yep.
possibly there may be more work down the track, or do I not want to do it? And I pretty much would say any job that comes your way, do it at the start. That first year, just
Yeah.
do whatever work you can possibly do.
Yep.
Burning bridges.
I burnt many bridges in my career. No, okay, so understand any photographer or videographer you meet along your way, do not treat them as a competition, but be polite, be friendly, because these people will pop up in the least expected places. And I've also burnt bridges with some, unfortunately in the past with some of these people, and
clients.
lost work because of that.
Some clients are worth burning bridges over.
Yeah, look, you don't want to be used. If a client's starting to use you and really is disrespectful or rude during the process, fine.
Or disrespectful to your business.
By all means, cut off.
Because at the end of the day,
contact.
we need to make money too. So if
Yep.
they don't understand that, or they don't agree with that, and they, always think about it. The customer a lot of time wants to get one up over you. So you got to know sometimes when to hold your ground.
Yep.
Other times you got to know when to buckle. When it's something that may be continuous or, you know, better work in the future, you may need to bite your tongue and
Definitely.
shut up.
Yeah. Alright guys, so I hope these tips have helped you on your journey and given you a little bit of an insight, you know, what to expect in your first year as a videographer. Make sure if you like the video, hit like and subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications as soon as I upload a new video. And until next time guys, peace. Ready? I'm going to do a cringy...
Just knock everything down.